Hey there, welcome to Album a Day Online. My name is Daryl. I'm your critic today. Today we are reviewing the recently released 25th anniversary edition of Doolittle by the Pixies. This is probably their biggest commercial success, if not their biggest critical success as well. It's rare that, I found it's rare that the critics and the album sales often coincide in that way, but Doolittle did it. The 25th anniversary is now a re-release of the original album with a newly mastered audio, which I will get to in a minute. Second disc is recorded in the same era of Peel sessions, so recordings that were meant for broadcast over in the UK. And the third disc is demos. So you get to listen to the recordings from that era in their very rawest form. So now, the first disc, which is the re-release and a remastering and a remixing of the original album, I don't know if I like the remixing better. There is more to be heard. I've listened to the original Doolittle several hundred times since it was released in the late 80s. It is a clearer sound. I don't know if it has to do with they've taken out more headroom. They tend to master albums now so that there's less dynamic range the album can actually achieve. But there certainly is a lot more to be heard as far as, say, the string section in what track was that? Oh, no, Wave of Mutilation. There's a lot more of the string section that can be heard. Whereas it just sounded like a lot of guitar fuzz in the original mastering. So it is an interesting juxtaposition of the original album to the new mastering of it. It still sounds great. Frank's vocals are a little more coherent on the new mastering, which betrays a little bit of what a new singer Frank Black was at this stage. I feel like Kim Deal's vocals have been mastered down a little bit, but I'd have to go back and do an A/B test again to listen to that more carefully. And the Joey Santiago's guitars are certainly a little more in the forefront in several of the mixings. All right, the Peel sessions. The Peel sessions, of course. Basically, the band was so tight by that point that they ostensibly sound exactly like the album versions. There's a little bit of banter back and forth. Same thing with the demos. There's a few versions of like Debaser. The version that we've been listening to since 1989 is very, very different than the demo that was recorded. And there's two versions of Debaser on the third disc, both of which are very different than the album release. And I got to say that I really enjoy the direction they ultimately took Debaser in. So, you know, you may say for a band that has sort of still carries a bit of an indie status, do they deserve a 25th anniversary release of their most successful record? And the answer is yes. I guess the question that needs to be asked, though, is anyone but an existing Pixies fan going to buy the 25th anniversary edition of of Doolittle? And I don't know. I can't imagine just telling someone who's just getting into the Pixies to go out and spend $30 for something that they could very easily buy the original release in for probably $10 at the local secondhand music shop. If you don't know the Pixies, you may know from watching some of my earlier videos that I'm a big fan. Their album released last year, Indie Cindy, is very, very good. I do very highly recommend that. At the very least, you take the opportunity to listen to the album Doolittle, if not purchase the 25th anniversary edition. If you are a fan and haven't picked this up yet, I don't know how to advise you. I don't think it has enhanced my love of the Pixies to have this, but being a completist, being a collector, I am very happy to have this on my shelf. So, the Pixies, Doolittle 25th anniversary edition. It's out now. I do recommend it if you're a fan of the Pixies. If you're not, then, you know, skip ahead. My name is Daryl. I've been your critic. I want to send thanks out to Ron at View Magazine in Hamilton for being an awesome guy. And like, subscribe, click below. Tell me what your favorite Pixies album is, and tell me what your thoughts are if you've listened to this already, and if you think you like the new mix better than the original. My name's Daryl. Don't stop listening to new music. Don't stop listening to music in general. Go out, discover something new, and for God's sakes, listen to it on a good pair of headphones, or at least a nice stereo.